Hi, friends and family. I hope that you guys are good, or you girls are good and amazing. And whether it is night or day or the weekend or the weekday, I hope that you are good and you are just healthy and amazing. And I'm doing this video to let you know about the treatment I got in Ghana. I know I had mentioned it in the previous video and I just wanted to elaborate on it, to just go over it. And warning, pew 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 pew. I don't have the fancy warning signs and warning flashing thing. I'm really new at this, so I think I have to like sit down one day and when I have time and actually look over how to properly do all them flashing stuff like the PowerPoint stuff and things like that, but for a video. So sorry, it's gonna be moving a little bit, and there we go. So this video is gonna be about the treatment and the process and actually how to upkeep it. Just so you know, the doctor that is treating me, or was treating me, he is still treating me since he gave me the medicine. Um, I told him about getting his information and giving it to you guys, the viewers. And he said yes, but I haven't received his info yet. So as soon as I get that, I am going to do a video and update. Um, and also, I ran out of medicine, and since the doctor is based in Ghana, the medicine has to come here, and it's really expensive to mail it out. And my mom said that sometimes, if they don't know what it is, they can go through the things and take it out or whatever. So, one of my dad's friends went to Ghana when we came here, and so he talked to him, and the doctor sent him a bunch of medicine for me, the same medicine I'm using that I ran out. So the treatment process has halted for the moment because I haven't had medicine to continue the process. But I wanted to show you guys all of the treatment. So this is gonna be explicit, but not too much. So as you can see, when I had stuff on my chest, that is it. And I have some beneath my chin. And as you guys can see, it is a bit different. And I had it covered as I did my last video because it wasn't looking very right. It wasn't. Now it's like it's looking healed and stuff like that, but it's still very pink and stuff like that. So I always walk out when I walk out of my house when I'm going to classes and stuff like that. I put a scarf around my head like I did the last video, and that is just so that I won't get stares. I mean, I don't really, and also so that I won't get, because sometimes I get really tired of explaining myself or explaining what it is and the stares and all of that. So sorry. Um, and the stairs and all of that, so it's better for me to just cover everything and go out and about my day and stuff like that. And as I said, once I get the medicine, I will actually show you guys. I'll do a show and tell of the medicine and how to use it. But this video is mainly about talking about the treatment that I received when I went to Ghana. And as I said in the last video, there's a lot of things I gotta say, but just for this video, it's gonna be about the treatment that I did and that I'm still doing now, if that makes sense. So I had met the doctor through a wonderful lady that I met through when me and my aunt were going. We were actually looking for sandals, Ghanaian style sandals from my dad. My uncle had wanted to buy him a gift as a present, but he had to go to work, so we couldn't, he couldn't go with us. So it was me and my aunt, and so we were just running a bunch of errands. And as I had said in the last video, about three, yes, about three people stopped me to talk about what treatments I could do and to give me advice on the keloids. And um, the lady that I had met, and I just said I don't want to mention her name in the last video. I came up with a nickname for her, but I don't remember it, so I'm just gonna leave it. So she, a wonderful lady, stopped me. We talked, and then she insisted that we go, and we were supposed to leave the next day, um, but we actually didn't because of the treatment and how painful it was and all of that. Um, so we left the next day. The Thursday is when I went to go get the treatment, and first the doctor did a consultation, or yeah, consultation is when they do evaluation of what is going on, right? If that's so, then that's what they did. But he looked at the keloids that I have, like, so I had to like show him all the keloids that I had and the ones that I wanted treated. And he so after he looked at it, he talked some business, some money business and stuff like that. And then we decided to go ahead with the treatment. Um, so what he did first was that firstly, my English. So firstly, he put these ointment, like oil-ish ointment on the keloids, on all of the keloids that I had. And as soon as he put it on, oh my gosh, it itched and it was painful. Like, I don't I forgot the sensation that I had, so I don't know what to compare it to. But oh my gosh, I just remembered the pain. Like, I was literally sitting there and I was like, like, that kind of pain, like you don't know what to do with your body, like, and so I had it. He told me to apply it at least 4 times within. So we got there around 8, but he didn't arrive till like I think 9ish, almost 10. And then no, actually we got there around 7 something. Yeah, 7 something. We were actually supposed to leave really early, but we didn't make it. So we got there around like the clinic around 7ish or something, almost 8. And so we had to wait for him a bit. And so when he came, he started the treatment and he put the black ointment, oily ointment on it. And I said before, it hurt. It hurt. Like, man, what can I accurately compare it to? I've never gotten waxed. So I would say like, you know, if like if you had to wax and they were ripping it off, maybe that's the wrong analogy. But I just can tell you that it hurt. And also it itched. So it hurt and it itched, you know? And I had to apply it at least 4 times. He said he wanted me to apply it within 4 times, 4 times within like the time frame that he gave me. So we went home, and then we went back to the clinic. And then so when we went back to the clinic, he wiped all of it off, and then he grabbed, and I looked it up. So it's cryotherapy, which is those who have keloids will know, or those who know someone who have keloids will know that maybe they might know this treatment, and it's basically freezing the keloids. So they use dry ice and they freeze it, and that's another form of um, of treatment. And I don't know how many times you have to do it. This was actually the first time that I had done it, mostly what I used to do in the past was the steroids, and all the injections and stuff that he did, that. And so this was the first time that he did it, and oh my gosh, that one too hurt. That one too hurt. Oh gosh, I don't even know how to um, describe the pain. Like, I don't even know, but it hurt. And he sprayed every single one. The ones on my arm, on my back, the one on my shoulder, my chest, the one underneath my chin, my face. So so it hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. And so when this is gonna get graphic. So this is the part where it gets graphic. And I'm sorry, I warned you, but it gets really graphic. So, when he freezes it, the skin breaks, and so it started to bleed. You know, so like some parts started to bleed, and then um, I was like, it hurt, man. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just shaking with pain. And then after he cut it, he froze it, and then it would dry, and then he would cut it. He um, gave me, well, actually, so he froze it, right? He froze it, and then I I was in so much pain, so he gave me some medicine, pala pala sorry, pala, which is equivalent of like ibuprofen. Sorry. It's a painkiller, it's supposed to help with pain and stuff, but it didn't do anything for me. I was still in pain. It still hurt. I tried to like sleep it off, take a nap or something, get my mind off of it. But I was in so much pain that this is what I was doing. I was with my uncle, and he felt so bad for me. He felt so bad for me. When so my uncle left so that I could went into the waiting room so that I could get it frozen off and stuff. And he actually stayed with me for a little bit when I was getting it frozen off the first time. But I was just in so much pain. And I think he was very tired. So like he went into the living room, the waiting room to wait for me. And then so was after I had it frozen, um, I took like a little break, and then I went to go sleep on my uncle's lap. But oh my gosh, I kept turning and turning and turning and turning and turning. And then I thought we were actually done, because I knew about this procedure, because I've kind of like seen people get it done, not in real life, but seen videos of people getting keloids treated with like that. And I've also read about it, because I would search up how to treat keloids when I started getting keloids and stuff like that. And then he called me back into the treatment room, and then he nicked it off. So he took the top layer of the skin off of all of them, and then he applied two kinds of medicine. So the first medicine that he applied is the one that I'm using, that I ran out of, which I will show you guys when I do get it. He applied that one, and then after that he put like this herbal thing on there, and I wasn't supposed to get it wet. So um after I was done, my uncle actually took me to like this bar, and he was like, "What do you want to drink?" And he bought me. I was like, "I want malt." So he bought me malt, and then after I was done drinking it, we took a taxi and we went back home. He felt so bad for me when I went home. And this is also graphic. Some of it was oozing. Some of them was oozing, and I don't really understand why it was oozing. And I do, because it was a wound. and so it was oozing. So these to review, this is like the procedure that he did. So first he did the cryotherapy. No, actually, first, he he did the oily herb, the one that caused me a lot of pain, and I applied it for I applied it about 4 times within like I think an hour or two, and then I went back, and then when I went back, he wiped it off, and then he sprayed it with the dry ice, the Cairo spray thing, and I bled a little. And then afterwards, he nicked it off. He nicked off the top layer of the skin off of all of them. He nicked it all off. And then he put the medicine that I ran out of, the liquid one. And then after that, he put a herbal one. So what it did actually, by the time that I got to the States, to Denver, was that it hardened it. So it basically killed off the top layer. So it hardened it. And what you're supposed to do with this procedure is to cut it. This is also very graphic. Not everyone can handle it. My mom can handle it, so my dad is the one that does it, and I feel so bad for him. He feels so bad for me too. Like he thinks that he's hurting me, but honestly, he's not. He's such a loving dude. But like he'll be cutting, he's like, oh, oh, and my mom can like she can't even do it. Like the first time that my dad cut it, she didn't look. I was like, Mom, aren't you gonna hold my hand? She was like, They're both so cute. So what you're supposed to do is that like so it kills off the top layer, and then you're supposed to cut it. So you shave it off, and then you apply um the medicine, and then it kills it, and then you shave it off, and then it kills it, and then you shave it off. So you do this process until it is flat, 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 flat. And I don't really have one that is, yeah, none of these are flat. Like this one is kind of close to being flat, but I think it has like one or two more nicks to go before it's actually flat. So is, yeah, this one has like maybe two or three more to go. And this one I think has, yeah, this one is just like basically one. And so is the one on my chin. Yeah. So yeah, that's the process, that's the procedure. So you it's already like once you cut it, the first time that you cut it, um and you're not supposed to feel any pain, and it's not supposed to bleed. But you know, I still bleed, and I still feel some pain, but honestly I endure, because every pain that I feel, I'm like, it's cutting away all the keloids. And that is the treatment. So if you guys have any questions, if you want to ask me questions about the treatment, keloids, about me, just let me know, and I will let me know down in the comment section, and I will do a Q&A at some point. Again, thank you guys so much for sharing this moment with me. I hope that this reaches you in good health, just good everything. I don't know if that makes sense. And I'm sorry that I keep moving the computer and it's shaking a little bit. So just, yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to do a Q&A, and I will be better at this. I'm sorry, I'm like really not good at it at all, but I will do my best to be better at this, to educate myself and improve. But thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey of mine. And I actually do hope, not just for myself, but everybody out there, that like this treatment does work, so that it will give hope to others who have keloids, to know that it there is a solution out there. Because I know how hard it is, and if this works for me, I will get the word out, and I will advertise it. Like, no one will pay me. I would just do it, just so that people know that there's something out there that will help, that is good at helping with keloids. So thank you again, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Yeah.